Hey everybody, it's TF Nut. Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a very special action figure review because what I have here is a Plunderling. This here is the Nomad Goyle, and I was sent this by the team over at Plunderlings. They contacted me on Instagram and asked if I wanted to take a look at one of their products. I graciously accepted. Something like that does not happen very often for me, so thank you to Lone Coconut and the Plunderlings team. Very happy to have this to review for you all. If you're not familiar with Plunderlings, they are a 1/12 scale line of action figures, of goblin action figures, basically taking these fantasy characters, these fantasy creatures, putting them with pirates and whatnot, more of a pirate setting. Very cool to see. It's a Kickstarter started line. They have a new one dropping on March 15th. I'm leaving links down in the description where you can take a look at their website, their Kickstarters, as well as where you can get these guys on Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. These things are very cool, man. Let's just go ahead and jump right into the packaging here. It's very cool. It's a big box here. See the Plunderling's face right there. Some of the designs and the figure in the box, as you can see there. On this side here, it's just pretty much the side of a crate. And you can see this little hole right there. We'll talk about that in a second. There's a little choking hazard towards the bottom there. On the this side here, we have some toy photography of the Nomad Goyle, looking very cool, as well as a barcode there. On this side, pretty much the same thing from the opposite side, but we have a different warning this time there. On the top here, it does say Plunderlings, and you can see some of the accessories that are shown there. And on the bottom of the packaging, it's very funny. You get to see the Nomad Goyle's feet. It does say ages 8 and up. And the rest of his stuff there, including Lone Coconut and where it's made and whatnot. Now, when you take out some of the pieces there, you can read this right there. Pretty much is telling you, go ahead and heat up your figure, heat up your joints, just to make sure the joints are pretty nice and loose. And as you can see here, these little earpieces came in the box too. Once I took everything out, you take out these little cardboard pieces, you can slip them to the sides where those holes were. It's very fun to do with the box. Let's go ahead and take a look at the figure. So here's the figure out of the box. It is very, very fun. Seriously, they did an incredible job with this figure. We're going to be taking a look at the figure in a second. One thing I forgot to mention is that they also sent me this crate here. This is a gray hatchling crate. So we're going to be taking a look at this after we talk about the figure. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories that this figure comes with. So here's everything this figure comes with. It's a lot of really nice stuff. First of all, we have this gritting teeth face. As you can see, the teeth are nicely painted onto the bright pink gums. It looks really nice. I also like the glassy black paint they're using for the eyes too. A little bit of white going on there. And I like the shading in the ears too. It's like a pinkish purplish almost. You can see the cuts in the ears as well too, sculpted in there. I think those look really good. Nice raised cheekbones with the eyebrows also raised. All that is sculpted nicely. These ears are a slightly, soft plastic, so that way you don't need to worry too much about breaking them. The rest of it is just a smooth sculpt with that gray paint. There's a magnet going on there, which we'll go over in a second. We do have this other head sculpt here, and this one is more of an open mouth. You can see a little bit of dark red painted in there, looking really nice. The rest of it is a similar sculpt to the one I just talked about, especially with the ears, as you can see there. Nice cuts going on. Shading in the ears is about the same. Same thing with the paint in the eyes and whatnot. Nose also looks really good with that sculpting too. This also has a magnet going on there, and the rest of it is a smooth head once again. Now, we do have, I just dropped it, this hood here. This is really nice purple hood. It's molded in this plastic with these really nice seam lines sculpted in there. Some nice wrinkles too in certain areas. Some holes for the ears. If you look there, you have a magnet. All the heads have a magnet. The idea is you just kind of push this forward a little bit. I might have to do this off camera. This is a little bit difficult for me to do, but it's a soft plastic enough to where you can, there we go, push it forward and whatnot, and it fits through really nice. So you can see it molds around the ears really well. That looks really good on there. Dig that a lot. We also have these hands here meant for holding the knives, looking really good. You have the knuckles sculpted in there. I don't know if these are tendons, but the parts of the fingers on the back of the hand there, looking really nice. The claws have this nice glossy black paint, looking really nice. You take one of these knives here, and these hands are already so easy to move open that it holds it nice. And you don't need to pry it too hard grip the hold of the knife. It looks really good. So we get 2 of these knives, as you can see here. And I'll take a look at this one right here, since they're both pretty much the same sculpt. We have some nice scratches and nicks and whatnot going on there with a nice silver paint on the blade, looking really good. It's like almost a bronze, goldish type of paint going on the rest of the handle right here, as well as like the pommel, and some brown painted onto the handle, looking really awesome. We have a cool little frog, dude. Look at that. It's I believe it is. I can't tell if it's painted or molded in black, but it looks really good. It's a nice glossy black with some eyes painted white, webbed hands sculpted in there. It's a bit of a softer plastic too, so that's very fun. And then last but not least, we have this piece right here. This is meant for sheathing onto the back. So the idea is you would, take one of these here, slip it on there, and you'll slip it onto the back. So here's the hole right there. Let me go ahead and put this on. I'm going to have to do this off camera. So I do recommend heating up this cape right here, just so this goes through a little nicer. I did it fine just now, though. You can see that knife is sheathed in there. It looks really cool. The fact that this knife is big enough to basically look like a sword for this guy, I think is really funny. It's sheathed like that, too. So very, very cool system here. Lots of really nice accessories. So I normally save size comparisons for the end of the review, but I brought out Black Suit Spider-Man really quick just to give you an idea of how tall this thing is. It's still 1/12 scale, but basically the 1/12 scale makes this thing like 3 feet tall in human size. This is about half the size of a Marvel Legends, and this thing is very cool looking. So here is the face that this figure came packaged with. It's very nice. You have a nice little grin, cute teeth popping through on the smile there, looking really nice. And pretty much everything else with the rest of the heads is similar, with the shading in the ears. I was trying to see what else. There's anything different. There really isn't anything else I can talk about differently. But the detail with the cheeks, the cheeks are actually raised up, the way that they sculpted that. Very much, it's a very cute looking guy, man. Here's the cape here. It is a purple molded plastic, just like the hood. See a little bit of whiting going on there. I kind of did that improperly. I'm sorry, guys. Yikes. But, that's why you're going to want to heat this up probably every time you will want to, holster the knife so it doesn't white, right there. Hopefully too much of the plastic gets stressed. When you pop the head off, this hood pops off with it. So if you want just a normal Plunderling, this is as basic of a Plunderling as you can get it. And it looks good either way too. I'm going to pop this back on a little later in the review, but that way this gives you an idea of how it looks like on the inside of the cape, as well as you can see some of the creasing going on around the neck with this, not really the hood piece here, but some wrinkles, excess wrinkles going on the back of the cape there. The rest of the figures, you can see the way that they designed it. You have the pectoral muscles, muscles here, as well as, details in the neck. There's even some muscles detailed in the arms here. And like I said before, the paint really shines here. There's even some shading on the elbows. You can see some purple shading going on there. I think it looks great. There's even some sculpted details on the back muscles. And we do have these a light brown painted, basically a rope here as a belt with some, actually really like the tearing going on with the brown pants there, darker brown pants. Very large forearms here. You can see some of the anatomy that they have, designed and sculpted for a Plunderling here. And you can see the claws on this guy. This is how he came packaged, with these hands, with the nice black glossy claws. That's what the inside looks like. A little bit of details going on the palms there. Pretty much the same on the other side. I have yet to pop off the hands. That's one thing I'm probably going to want to do, is heat these up, just in case, Really don't want to break a review sample here. Giving you a look at the legs with some tears where it reaches the upper thighs there. You can see the back of the legs too. the Plunderling butt. And we do have some shading on the knees too. That purple shading that was on the ears as well as the elbows is on the knees. Looking really good. And the fact that, I mean, I'm going to get to articulation in a second. The way they designed this, the fact that they were able to work in, double jointed knees and basically get in any articulation that you need for this guy is incredible, honestly. Then we get down to the calf muscles here, very big. And then you can see actually, it looks like the ankles popping out a bit on both sides. Here's what it looks like in the front again. See those calf muscles. And now I get down to the feet. Then you can have the long toenails or the claws, what have you. Again, glossy black paint used here for these claws. And there's the bottom of the feet. They're on a flat surface, so that way it doesn't fall over. And they even have, you can see, some separation with the bottom prints of the toes going onto the rest of the feet. And as you can see, we do have some peg holes at the bottom of the foot, like a lot of standard action figures have. Not only does this figure have good details and sculpting, it has really good articulation too. All the heads have this gap, as you can see, but also has a hinge and a ball peg, as you can see, going on there. So it allows for really nice back. We do have some pretty good forward as well. Side to side is really good, as well as really nice swivel. Arms go all the way around. The in and out, see, going out actually is really good. And then that's as far down as it goes. We do have a swivel here at the elbow, as well as a single joint at the elbow, but it does go 90 degrees. Bends really nice. We do also have a swivel at the wrist, as well as a hinge at the wrist here. Really nice range of motion, especially going forward. Now these hands, they bend up and down. So just wanted to point that out there. We do have a ball jointed waist, as you can see, so it swivels. And it can go side to side, forward or back like so. All this range of motion. Legs go forward that far. The butt sculpt gets, hinders the back a little bit. This is how far it goes in and out. We do have upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees. We do have feet that go down this far. You can make it go down a little bit farther if you rotate it. They go down really far. And then the up, I'm not doing a good job moving it right now, but that's as far up as it goes. I think it can go a little bit higher. And then we do have ankle rockers. So really good articulation. Quick look at the blocks for the hatchling eggs here. Lots of nice details. You can see the eggs there. Warning, choking hazards, whatnot. Right here, there it says gray hatchling crate. And then there's a barcode right there. The idea here was when you did the Kickstarter, you would add a few extra bucks and you can get these here. And these are really cool. Look at these. Look at that. They're basically these empty bodies here. You get two of them, and we have them in gray, so it's going to work well with Nomad here. And we get extra fish. That's cool. You can use these with the hatchlings, or you can use these with Nomad. Look at these real quick. Look at those nice fists. I'll try to do some photos towards the end of the review to show off all the different accessories and whatnot. All that paint was looking really nice. You can see the nice knuckles going on there too. And since these bodies are similar, let's take a look at one of them here. You have a nice ball joint going on there. Not really any other articulation besides here, with the arms going in and out, swiveling. You can see the legs with some of them, some of the anatomy sculpted in there. Hatchling butt. We do have peg holes at the bottom of the feet. Nice paint for the, you can see the glossy black paint for those toenails, looking really nice. The idea was basically to take your extra accessories right here, like take the head, and then, if they're loose and laying around, you just pop in stuff like this. You pop in that hand, you pop in this hand right here, and this one's giving me a little bit of trouble. And there you go. Not only do you have something to store your accessories, which again, I'm having trouble doing it. There we go. But you have a nice little hatchling to go along with the rest of your figures. For quick size comparisons, on the far left, SH Figuarts Satoru Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen. Right next to the hatchling is going to be the black suit Spider-Man from the Spider-Man Retro Collection of New Marvel Legends. Right next to Nomad is going to be a Mezco 112 Batman. And on the far right is going to be a Halloween 2018 NECA Michael Myers, who's going to be the tallest out of all of these figures. But you can see just how short the Plunderlings are supposed to be, these little characters, compared to normal-sized humans. So this video is a lot longer than I originally wanted it to be, but I couldn't help it. I was having just way too much fun with this thing, man, to just not talk about it throughout the whole video, man. This is a very fun, unique, creative line. I love seeing people getting to make whatever they want, having pretty much the whole creative freedom when it comes to action figure making. Their own unique characters, basically their own unique world and whatever. And it's very cool to see here. Nomad here is just a very fun figure. The paint's great, the articulation is very good, the details to the character's design is really awesome. Tons of different accessories. The accessories have great paint too, and the hatchlings are freaking hilarious, man. They're pretty adorable too when you get a bunch of different hands and different accessories onto them as well. It's a very fun line, man. I need to start picking up some Plunderlings. Another toy line I need to start committing to. But there's also the new Kickstarter that I am definitely going to be donating to. If you would like to look at some Plunderlings, I'll leave some links down in the description below. Mostly Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth are going to be selling these things. Thank you guys very much for watching. Again, Lone Coconut, thank you very much for sending out this review sample. Greatly appreciated. Follow them on Instagram. I'll leave that down in the description below as well. Follow me on Instagram. Leave a like, share amongst your friends. Let me know what you think of Plunderlings if you have any down in the description below. And I will see you guys later.